Hello students, welcome to Programming with C and C++ online classes. Today I am going to explain about the concept of operators. Today our topic is operators concept. In C language, in C language, in C programming language, it can support number of operators we have. So in this session, I would like to explain each and everything. Okay. So what are the operators we have? Why we need to use in the C program? So everything we have to know in this session. Now let us start our session. Okay. Operators. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform a specific mathematical or logical operations. If you want to use any operators, so those operators will work with a mathematical way or logical operations. It will be done by the operator. What is the definition of operator right now here? Actually, it is a symbol. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform specific mathematical or logical operations. Okay. Types of operators. In C programming language, in C programming language can support 8 types of operators. In C programming language, it can support 8 types of operators. The first one is arithmetic operators, and second one is relational operators, third one is logical operators, fourth one is assignment operators, and fifth one is bitwise operators, sixth one conditional operator, seventh one special operators, eighth one increment or decrement operators. So around 8 types of operators the C programming language supports. Okay, right. Now we have to see about the arithmetic operators. So an arithmetic operator performs mathematical operations. In arithmetic operators, an arithmetic operator performs mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. Okay, on the numerical values only. On the numerical values only. So actually each and every arithmetic operator it can support only numerical values. Numerical values. The arithmetic operators are also classified into different types. Addition operation, nothing but a plus operator. Subtraction operation, nothing but minus operator. Multiplication operation, nothing but star operator. Division operator, nothing but a slash operator. It is also called a division operator, and also modulo division. So modulo division operator indicates with a percentile operator. Okay, it can returns the remainder for us. Now we have to see one program. About arithmetic operators. So developer C++ window I am opening to show the arithmetic operators purpose. First we have to see the definition of operator, then only we can understand. Again, one more time we have to see right now. What is an operator? An operator is a symbol. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform a specific mathematical or logical operations. So if you use any operator, it may be do task a mathematical way or a logical way. So it depends on developers. As per our requirement, we can use. So if you want to calculate if you want to do any calculations, in that case, we have to use mathematical way. So if you want to execute your program in different way, in that case, we need to use logical way. So here, an operator is a symbol, nothing but plus, minus, multiplication star symbol, and divided by symbol, and also modulo symbol. So dollar symbol, each and everything. In C programming language, each and every symbol contains a different functionality. Write that. And opening bracket and closing bracket is also one of the symbol. So how many types of symbols we have actually? plus minus star divided by percentile, and these are also one of the functional brackets. So these are also symbols now. So these are also symbols. So for the function creation purpose we can use the functional brackets. If you want to declare any block, for that this flower brackets we can use. If you want to declare any arrays in the C program, so square brackets we can use like this. Okay, so please carefully observe. An operator is a symbol in C programming language. Actually C programming language supports huge amount of operators it can support. So each and every operator can have a different functionality. So now for your understanding purpose, simply a few examples I have shown here. So each and every operator in the keyboard is called a symbol. Each and every symbol is called an operator. So here first we have to see the arithmetic operators. Arithmetic, how many types of operators we have? Around 8 types of operators we have. Arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, bitwise operators, conditional operators, and special operators, as well as at the last increment and decrement operators we have. Like that in C programming language 8 types of operators it can support. 8 types of operators, okay, but in that each and every one has classified into different types of operators. So now let us understand about the first one. The first one is what? Arithmetic operators. So an arithmetic operator performs mathematical operations. An arithmetic operator performs mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, okay, division extra, etc. And these all arithmetic operators only work on numerical values. Only work on numerical values. Because of if you want to do any calculation, so you need to use arithmetic operators. So on the numbers you have to do the calculation now. If you want to do any if you want to calculate any total between two operands, this plus symbol we have to use. This plus symbol we have to use. Okay. Now actually an operator can use between two operands only. Now int x, int is the data type, x is the variable, y is also one of the variable. X equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to x plus y if you use. Z equal to x plus y if you use. So here semicolon I am using, end of the statement, and now z equal to x plus y I have used it. This means here x plus y, plus is the operator, x and y are variables and also called here operands. So the plus operator we can use only between two operands. Only between two operands. Here operands are nothing but x and y. So if you want to use any operator between two operands, then it will give one calculation for us. It will give one calculation for us. So here a plus operator we are using it where? Between two operands. Okay, between two operands. Without two operands we can't use this plus operator here. So plus operator, any operator, if you want to use any operator, either at least one operator we need, at least one operand we need. Here operand is nothing but x and y. If you write like this, then the result is what? Finally 30 is the result it will print. Okay, so here the plus operator indicating what type of operation here? You need to do sum operation for these two operands. So x value is x is replaced with 10 and y is also replaced with 20. Y is also replaced with 20. So after that plus operator will enable, plus symbol will enable to do the sum operation between two operands. So then 10 plus 20, the final value it will get as a 30. So that 30 value it will store into z variable. Okay, here x and y are operands. Plus is operator. Plus is operator. If you want to use any operator, compulsory at least one operand we need in our program. Now we have understood. Now we can understood about the what is operand and what is operator. So in arithmetic operators, an arithmetic operator performs mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo division, and these all are works on numerical values. The arithmetic operators also classified in different ways. What are they? Addition operation. Plus is called an addition operation. Minus is called as subtraction. And for the multiplication purpose, star symbol we can use. For the division purpose, slash symbol we can use. Forward slash. Okay. Modulo division purpose, percentile division, percentile operator we have to use. Now for the arithmetical operators purpose, we have to do practical problem. Then only you can get an awareness on this. Okay, right. Now I'm writing the program title here. ARITHMETIC, arithmetic operators demo hash include stdio.h is the header file, and after that void main function, opening bracket and closing bracket, opening bracket and closing bracket. Here int x comma y comma z. Okay, y comma z. Now print f function I am using. Three variables I have declared int type variables x comma y comma z. So printf function, by using printf function I want to print a message on the console window. For that enter x and y values. Okay, so by reading this message, user want to enter x and y values. So to allow the input by the user, scanf function we have to use. So here the control string contain %d because of x and y variables are two variables we have. So that's why two format specifiers I have used here and one comma to separate that one. After collecting that input variables, after collecting that input values from the keyboard by the user, after that scanf function will transfer to that particular memory location. So that's why end operator x I use in. So end operator functionality is what here? Where is the x variable? First it will find out. After that the first format specifier, nothing but the first %d will transfer to that input collected input value and store into the x variable. So that functionality will take by the address operator, end operator. Address operator is used to know the x variable address. Okay, right. Similarly, second %d is also it will transfer to the end y to store the particular y value by memory location. Now here z equal to x plus y. Z equal to x plus y. So again I want to print f. Addition of two values. Addition of two values. %d comma here x plus y I am using. X plus y I am using. So that means first the printf function will collect the x plus y value. Will collect the x plus y value. Here z variable not required. That's why I am removing. Just two variables are enough for the printing purpose. Okay. First it will print the message, enter x and y values. So by reading this message, immediately user need to enter these two values. So to allow that input values, here scanf function we are using. and also after collecting that values, the values can store into x and y variables memory location. Okay, after that addition of two values, you need to print the total addition of two values. So here first printf function, what it will do, first it will collect the x plus y values. So if you enter the x equal to y equal to 20, sorry, if you enter the value of x 10 and y value is 20, so then the x plus y is the operation it will do, addition operation it will do, and that value will print along with this message. Instead of %d, here it will print the x plus y value. Okay, right, while printing time. And next one, same message, same printf function I am copying and also pasting here, and here instead of addition, subtraction I am using. Subtraction I am using, and here instead of plus, minus operator I am using. This is also one of the arithmetic operator. So how many operators we have in the arithmetic? How many arithmetic operators? Plus, minus, multiplication, star symbol, I mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo division. So like that, here 5 printf statement we need to use because of 5 types of operations we have to do here. So here instead of plus, I am using star symbol. So here instead of addition, I am changing the message, multiplication. Okay, right. Again, one more printf function I am using. Here slash symbol I am using because of here divided by operation it is going on. Division operation it is going on. Next, again one more printf function I am using, and here instead of plus operator, modulo operator I am giving. Here the remainder it will return. After division operation is completion, immediately the division operator, I mean modulo division operator, it will return the remainder. So remainder we have to do. For that, to know the remainder, we can use the percentile operator. Now I am here, I am saving this one. arth.c is the file name, and save as type is all files. Now I am clicking on save button to save on the desktop. Again compiling. So compilation successful, 0 errors and 0 warnings we got right now. And now I am executing by pressing F10 key. So enter x and y values it is asking in the console window. So now I am entering 10 and 20 values. So here addition of two values 30, subtraction of two values minus 10, and multiplication of two values 200. So it is not proper way printing. So if you want to print line by line like this, then one new line character we have to use at end of the, at starting of the line. Okay, so each and every print function we can use like this. Slash n operator we have to use, then properly it will print. Again I am saving, again I am compiling, again I am executing. So enter x and y values. 20 is the x value, 10 is y value. So carefully observe here, addition of two values 30, right output we got for the addition operation. Subtraction of two values 10, and multiplication of two values 200. 20 tens are 200 So division of two values 2 times, I mean 2 is the division, and remainder is 0 at last. Because of here we entered 2 are even numbers, so that's why 0 remainder we got here as the output. So like that, if you want to do any arithmetical operations in your program, we can use like this. By using these symbols, arithmetic operations are possible, right? So arithmetic operations concept is over. Here I given example, you better to practice. While practice, without practice you can't get an awareness. So please try to concentrate and practice. Next, relational operators. Relational operators. A relational operator checks the relation between two operands. A relational operator checks the relationship between two operands. If the relation is true, it returns 1. If the relation is false, it returns 0. Because of, in C programming language, true or false indicating with 0 and 1. Okay? True or false indicating with 1, 0. If the condition is true, then the return value is 1. If the condition is false, the return value is 0. Because of true or false values not there in the C programming language, we can identify only by using these two numbers. One is true condition. If the condition is true, then it will return 1. Because of the condition is true means true, it will return in the form of one number. Then if it is a false condition, then it returns 0. Understood? Right. Relational operators are used decision making. Relational operators are used in decision making and loops. Actually, in the second unit, we have to see the control statements and looping statements. So almost in the we can use relational operators. We will use in decision making and loops only. Loop statements usage purpose, we can use these operators. So relational operators are also very important operators. If you want to check any single condition, in that case we can use these relational operators. Okay, these relational operators. The relational operators are also classified into different types. They are, please carefully observe here, I given one table: less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, not equal to. And carefully observe relational operators. Relational operators. Less than operator. Relational operators are how many? I mean, less than operator, what are they? Next, greater than, less than, greater than, less than or equal, less than or equal to, less than or equal to. So here you can use, but in the mathematical way, by the less than symbol under we can get the equal to operator. Okay, carefully observe here. This is Microsoft window na. So here symbols we have here. Just wait. Insert is the option. Home. Yeah. Control. Sorry. Alt equal. Right. So less than or equal means here I am showing. Carefully observe. Less than symbol. Down you have one line we have. So that is equal to less than or equal. But in programming language, the less than or equal to symbol we can use like this. Less than, one is equal symbol, side by side we can use. Similarly, greater than is also same. Greater than or equal to, we can use one greater than symbol, one is equal symbol. Okay, and next one equal to. So in the relational operators, we can use the equal to operator by using two equal symbols, two is equal symbols. Okay, right. Not equal to means, first one is one exclamatory we can use, and also one is equal symbol, and this symbol is, these two symbols are equal to, not equal to operation. Okay, so these are the relational operators. Now we have to see the example. Actually, relational operators, what we can use, if you want to check any, which is biggest, and if you have two values, in that which is the biggest value and which is the smallest value, how you can find out? By using these operators only. For example, x equal to 10, y equal to 20. Y equal to 20. Now I want to check which is biggest and which is smallest. So x less than y I have to use. X less than y, simply we can use like this. So x value is what? It can replace it with 10 less than 20. 10 less than 20. Here it is true. Then it will return 1 is the number, because of true or false condition will return by using two numbers. If it is a true condition, then it will return 1. If it is a false condition, then it will return 0 condition. 0 number it will return. So here 10 less than 20. That means the condition is true. That's why it is giving the return as a output in the one format. Next. Now I want to check which is the biggest value. X greater than y. X greater than y. So it is replaced with 10 greater than 20. So 10 is greater than 20 na? 10 is greater than 20 na? No. So then it will return 0. Nothing but the condition is false na? 10 greater than 20. So 10 is the smallest number and 20 is the biggest number compared to 10. Okay. So that's why it will return 0. Like that. And if it is a equal 10 equal to 20, then it is also will return 0. Because of 10 equal to 20 na? No. So the type of operations we have to do like that. Okay. If in this place, if the x value is also will take 20, then it will return 1 here. It will return 1. Okay, because of 20 equal to 20 na. So that is true condition. Now we have to see the practical way. We have to see the practical way. And relational operators demo. Relational operators demo. Now hash include stdio.h. Now void main is the main function. Opening bracket, closing bracket, int x comma y. Int x comma y. Printf enter x and y values. Scanf function to collect the input. For that percentile d, two inputs we are collecting na, two values. So that's the two percentile operators I am taking. Two format specifiers I have used here. And here and x comma and y. So whatever the variables here we have used it. If it is a lower case, then you can use in the program as a lowercase format. If you created with a variable with the capital letters, then you can use with the capital letters only here. Okay. But don't use here if the small letter, here if you use the capital letter, the compiler, it will return error. Okay. Because of C programming language is case sensitive. Compulsory, whatever the variables you have created with which format, I mean with the lowercase letters or uppercase letters. So that case as it is we can use in our entire program. Understood? Right. Now input values also taking is over. Again I want to print one function. I want to print the message. What message? X and x less than y equal to percentile d. Here x less than y I have used it. Logical operator. Okay. Right. Again copying. Again I am pasting here. Here instead of less than, greater than I am using. Greater than. Here instead of less than operator, greater than operator, again I have changed it. And one more printf function. Here less than or equal. Less than or equal to again one more printf function greater than or equal, and here also greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Again control V, x equal to y. Here double equal operator we can use. Okay, and again x less than, sorry, x not equal to, not equal to, not equal to, so x not equal to. Now I am saving this one. relational.c, relational.c, save as type is all files. Now I am saving this file on desktop. Now I am compiling by using F9 shortcut key. So successfully compiled. Now I am executing. So enter x and y values. So now by reading that one, by reading that message, I want to enter two values, and 20, 30 is my values. Oh, actually it is not properly printing. All are printing in single line. So now I want to break the line. If you use the slash and characters, escape sequence character, then it will print the line by line. Okay, so you better to use in your program. Again I want to compile. So okay, compilation successful. I am executing. So 20 is value, 30 is the y value. So x less than y, 1, true. 20 less than 30, the condition is true, so that's why it can return as a 1. X greater than y, it is false condition. 20 is greater than 30, no, so that's why 0, it has returned. X less than or equal to y, 1. X less than or equal to y, so the condition is true. X greater than or equal to y, so the condition is false. X equal to y, 0, because of false condition. 20 equal to 30, is that true na? No, 20 is the lesser value, 30 is the bigger value compared to 20. And x not equal to y, it is true condition. X value 20, y value 30, so these two are not equal to y na. X 20 is not equal to 30, so that's why it returned as a 1. Understood? Nothing but true. Carefully observe this output. Okay, right. So today I have completed two types of operators, arithmetic operators and also relational operators. And in the next class I would like to introduce with the logical operators. Relational operators we have completed, and also arithmetic operators we have completed. In the next class I will explain about the logical operators. Today I am ending this session. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you very much.